Welcome to the podcast. It's Mr. Ish. We're here at KIPS Bay, Boys and Girls Club, Kildare Clubhouse. I think I came in a little hot today. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Today we're going to talk about a topic I don't even think we've ever talked about before. It's definitely a new one for me. So let's just jump right on into it. Let's introduce ourselves from my left to my right. Please give me your name and your age, and we'll jump right into the topic.
My name is Emily, and I'm 8 years old.
Welcome, Emily.
My name is Noah, and I'm 8 years old.
Welcome, Noah. You came in hot just like me. Next.
My name is Francis, and I'm 8 years old.
Francis, you can talk slow. Don't worry about it. Welcome all to the podcast. Who wants to tell them what the subject matter is today?
The subject is about nightmares.
Nightmares. We all had them. We all probably still have them. Maybe after the podcast, I'll have another one. So who wants to share a creepy or a nightmare that they had? I guess we're all gonna have to share at one time. We'll start you off. Go ahead. Yeah.
So one nightmare I had was that I was like in this dark abyss, and then there's just a bunch of people staring at me with blood on their hands, and there's just a bunch of dead bodies everywhere, and they kept chanting my name, and it felt really weird.
Okay. Do you think that there was a reason why you had that nightmare?
I think
Were you watching like a movie? Are you watching
No.
like what's the name of that show? Fear of Death or something? A zombie apocalypse movie or something?
No.
And then all of a sudden you start dreaming about it?
no,
No? Or something you read a book about it or anything?
no.
Okay. I mean that's kind of a strong subject matter for something that's just like, yeah, I was outside playing baseball. Now today I'm thinking about zombies when I go to sleep. So, okay. Anybody else wants to share? Go ahead.
That I was stuck in the elevator for my whole entire life, and then out of nowhere there's like bloody hands and cockroaches and all that, and it was starting to climb on me.
The theme of bloody hands is the thing going on. Are you scared of elevators?
Yeah,
Okay, well, that's one of your fears. That's why you had that nightmare. Are you scared of cockroaches?
yeah.
That's why you dream about cockroaches and elevators, because they scare you and you have them on your mind. You're probably trying to go to sleep and you're thinking about, ooh, a cockroach could crawl on me. Or you probably see one crawling on the wall and then you're like, ugh. And then all of a sudden you go to sleep and you're thinking about it. It's on your subconscious. That's what they call it. How about you, buddy? What-
I had a nightmare. So when I was sleeping, my nightmare was that my mom was gonna go in the elevator, but I went in first, and then when I opened the door, some reason somebody else opened it for me, and I ran in, and I knew, and then I saw that the elevator wasn't there, so then I fell all the way down, and I was screaming for help.
Are you scared of elevators?
I'm scared if I go first.
You scared? What do you mean you scared if you go first?
So if your parents should always open the door first to see if sometimes the elevator's not there if you open the door.
Or you scared that the elevator's not going to be there and you fall down the elevator chute? Sometimes you should pay attention. Like if you're on your phone and you just walk into the elevator, you're not paying attention to what's going on. But you're definitely scared of elevators, so that's why you had that nightmare. Anything else? Go ahead.
I had another nightmare when my mom left her phone and she was gonna go outside in outside to get her phone, and she left it in the car, and I was inside stuck, and the door was locked with my dog, and I was with my dog, and all of a sudden
All that happened to me this morning.
all
Everything
of
you said in real life.
all of a sudden, like a creepy red thing, like climbed up on the window when I was looking outside, and it smashed through it, and it literally just destroyed everything, and I was hiding from it.
I was gonna tell you one of my nightmares that my daughter had. My daughter's, I think it was the little one, Isabella. She had a nightmare that because I wanted to open the windows to get some air, so there was like a lot of cross ventilation and the shades are moving and all that stuff. She had a nightmare that night, saying that she thought someone was gonna crawl in through the window. So normally you could say, wow, yeah, they could go to the fire escape and all that stuff. But I live in a high riser, and I'm on the 32nd floor. So
I'm in the fifth floor in my apartment.
I'm on the 32nd floor. So I don't believe that someone's gonna crawl in on the 32nd floor and come into the house. So I thought it was funny, but she was really offended that I thought it was funny, and she was really upset at me because I didn't take her nightmare seriously. But I told her nobody could crawl into the window. Like that's a you have to be Spider Man or something to do that.
Yeah.
And I said, so don't worry about that. It's just the window open, and the wind comes and it makes a lot of noise and stuff like that. But you'll be fine. I can't remember a lot of the nightmares I had. Most of them, most of the bad ones are the ones that you're falling. When you're like falling, and whether it's from a plane, a building, whatever it is, and you're falling, and you know you kind of like feel like the wind is hitting you and you're about to, hit the floor. Those are the only ones that I can remember. And I know some people have said that if you actually always wake up before you hit the floor, but some people say that if in your nightmare you supposedly hit the floor, that you probably would die from the shock, of the nightmare. I don't believe it's true, but some people say that. That's why you always wake up right before you hit the floor. I don't know much about nightmares, but anything else? Go ahead.
I had another nightmare, basically when I was in the forest all alone, and there was like a shadow um that was behind a tree, and then when I blinked, it went away, and then when I blinked again, it was standing right in front of me, and I blinked, it was gone, and then when I blinked, it picked me up, and then when I blinked again, I fell from like a short distance, and it was gone, and then when I blinked again, everything was red, and then all of a sudden I started screaming. I started hearing screaming that said run, and then there's like this like creepy black thing with big eyes with tiny pupils that was chasing me. Yeah, a little bit like that, but like in a little high pitch, but like very scary. No.
Do you watch a lot of horror films?
I watch thriller movies, but not too much of them.
Well, you watch a lot of horror films. That's why you're having these nightmares. Watch some Disney movies. Watch something that you can sing a song to. Watch Trolls World Tour or something that
Encanto.
all you can think about is glitter or something, because you have too much on your mind before you go to bed. You know what I have in my mind when I go to bed?
What?
Absolutely nothing. I go to bed. That's it. I'm not thinking about nothing unless it's payday. Then I'm thinking about, hope my check is right. But that's only on the 15th and the 30th. Um, Besides that, I honestly could say that I go to bed and I'm just go to bed. I hardly ever have dreams. Not that I'm dreamless, but I hardly ever have dreams. I don't think of stuff constantly over and over and over in my head, and then I could say, oh, I'm gonna go home and dream about it. I don't even think I've ever had a dream about Kiss Bay. Maybe a couple of characters, like some certain people here, but I've never had a dream about Kids Bay. Like, I'm here so much that why I'm gonna dream about this place. So I don't really know why dreams. Why you have nightmares and dreams. That's a question they've been asking for hundreds of years. People try to figure
Excuse
that
me?
stuff out.
So I've heard a theory about when you have dreams, and then certainly when you die, or then like something that
Well, no one could give you an answer of when you die because they're dead.
I know,
Okay,
but
so I just want to make sure that you know that.
I know, but if it's like by like a common event or something, or like when you get captured or like something that might happen in a real
Oh,
life.
you talking about being
I think
kidnapped
it's
by the
like
narcos? Like
and,
if you're
and
going to Mexico?
no, like
There's been some kidnappings over there.
no, like if like a certain common thing that happened to you that was bad and you got scared and it was in your nightmare or something, it probably like might happen as a future event.
Oh, I understand. It's like you put it in your mind, so you kind of. Has anyone had deja vu? You know what deja vu means?
Yes.
No.
Huh?
Can I
Explain to them what
I
deja vu is.
it means like you like when you do something once, you feel like you've done it before, and I felt deja vu before.
Yeah, me definitely. I felt like like I've done this exact thing, sometime in the past, the same exact way at the same place, wearing whatever same outfit or whatever that I've done it. So that's kind of another weird thing. Deja vu is another weird thing. Um, yeah, that one is that's it's a lot of weird things going on in your brain when you. But the brain is it's really one of those organs in your body that you can't tell, you can't regulate it, you can't tell it to stop thinking. But if you have good thoughts, like some people meditate before they go to bed, some people pray, some people listen to music. Um, my daughters listen to we have one of those Alexa like speakers,
Mhm.
and they listen to forest sounds. So they listen to the rainforest, like the rain dripping and birds and chirping and like some like almost like the sounds that you would get in the zoo. And they put it on every single day,
Oh.
and they sleep through that the whole night. Hardly ever have nightmares. Once in a while, yes.
I have a Alexa, and when I was sleeping, I heard Alexa talking to someone in the kitchen. So I woke up, and then I went to the kitchen, and I saw nothing. But then I heard, when I went back to the room, I heard somebody talking. So then I put a camera um in front of the
It's
Alexa,
like this surveillance.
and then I saw like somebody with a black mask and a knife, and I saw
All
blood
right.
on the knife.
All right. Back to your nightmares. Um, you watched the movie Scream. That's what it was. Because it sounded like the whole story from Scream. Um, yes, go ahead.
So I had another nightmare.
Oh man,
It was
you
a
need some
very
meditation in your life. You have too
it,
much nightmares.
it was a very short nightmare. Not anything personal or anything. There was nothing wrong with it. It was just like there was somebody drowning in the pond, and then it just like rose up, and when they rose up, they started staring at me, and when I blinked, they was gone, and then um I woke up from it, and when I went back to sleep, I didn't like. I was back at the pond, and then nothing was there, and I was just
That
fishing.
was going to be my next question. Has anyone had a dream? They wake up, maybe go to the bathroom, go drink some water or whatever, then go back to sleep and then continue the dream. That's really, really hard. It doesn't happen very often. I've had a few of those, but it doesn't happen very often. It's very hard for you to go through the dream, wake up, do a couple of things, you know, brush your teeth, maybe have some soda, whatever you drink in the morning, and then go back to bed like a few minutes later and continue the dream. Is really, really hard. I don't know why. We need a scientist to answer some of these questions, and some neuroscientists or something like that.
Sometimes I do that, but I don't drink like water. So like
What do you do?
sometimes I wake up from my night dream and then I go to the bathroom, wash my face, and then out of nowhere, like I just get another like more scary dreams.
But is it continuing the dream? Like, let's say you were having a dream that you was in an island, and then you wake up, you're like, oh my God, and then you go do what you got to do, come back, and then you continue having the dream that you was in the island and you did this and you did that. Yeah, those are hard.
Excuse me.
Yes.
So
You had
is
another
it?
nightmare, right?
No,
Okay.
not another nightmare. But I've heard another theory that if you eat before bed, you might actually have a nightmare.
It could be. I mean, I can't really tell you. I know that my younger daughter, we actually took it to there's a lab that you could sleep, and they put like all these stickers on you, so they could read your brain waves and all that stuff, and it's called like a sleep, not a sleep apnea, but it's like a sleep exam, and they basically monitor you throughout your whole sleep, and then they'll have like your brain waves. What are you thinking about at 3 in the morning and stuff like that? So it was kind of weird, but we did it for my younger daughter to find something out because she was having a hard time breathing in the middle of the night. So we wanted to make sure that there wasn't something wrong with her. But they do have tests for all this stuff, at least for some of it. Yes.
I had a nightmare about like I was watching I was watching a clown video
Oh, there it goes.
and
There
a
it goes.
clown
It,
went in my room, and when I woke up I just saw a clown looking at me straight in my soul,
in your
and
soul? Oh, deep.
and then um
Are you scared of clowns?
no
Okay.
um and then the clown brought me to the kitchen and he told me, "What knife do you want?"
Oh, so he
And I
he
said
let you
none.
pick the knife to kill you.
And I said none.
He was nice. That was a nice clown.
And I said none. So then he left.
Oh, he's
But
so
he
nice.
left. But when he left with a
I think
knife.
I think you're adding to the story.
He left somewhere. He said, "I'm gonna come right back." He left, and then when he came back, I saw a knife in his hand with a lot of blood.
Yeah.
And then he said, "You got 5 seconds to run away, or there's gonna be consequences."
You have 5 seconds to walk away, or there'll be consequences.
And then when I ran, there was more clowns. When I ran when I ran like in the middle, it was in the middle of the night. When I ran outside, I stopped there, and then I saw clowns all around me, cornering me. So then,
I
and
think you added too much to the story.
and then a clown came. Like all the clown has knife, and they were pointing at, and they were pointing
I fell
so.
asleep during your story. We're not gonna continue. There's no way. There's no way that you know all those details. There's no way you could barely remember a dream, and you're talking about everything that came out your mouth. You were adding something right then and there. That dream was made right now with your eyes open. I don't believe anything in that dream. I'm sorry, buddy. I don't believe it. Go ahead.
So when Francis was just adding like more, and then
Yeah,
he added the part where he was like running away from a clown. Some people actually have dreams where they're running from somebody and they're trying to kill them, and then they like and then the area they're running in keeps getting thinner and thinner. Thinner. I've heard people who've gotten dreams like that, and they were
That's called
really
vertigo.
frightened.
There is actually a terminology for that. It's called vertigo when you think that things are closing in on you.
Yeah, there's also a phobia for that. I think it's called claustrophobia, maybe.
Ooh, I don't know about that. I'm gonna have to look that up. We don't have a research team here, so I gotta believe that what you said was right. All right, guys. I think we talked too much about dreams. I want to take a nap. I don't know if I want to dream, but I definitely want to take a nap. What are you doing? What are you doing? I didn't tell you to take nothing off. Relax yourself. Go ahead.
You're in your work. You can't sleep here.
But I'm just telling you that all this talk about nightmares and all that stuff, I feel like I want to take a nap. But you can say your goodbyes. Don't take off the headphones when I say goodbye. All right, you ready to say goodbye?
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
That's it. Goodbye. That's it.
Bye.
Check. 1 2 1 2. Check. Check.
All right, we're out of here. I'm gonna take a nap.